Hello, hello. If you grew up, or it's still your current situation, that you are or were materially and financially safe and secure, but emotionally maybe neglected or abused, I want to say that this space, this video, this comment section, my channel is a safe space for you. I feel like I rarely come across people online, whether it's other people doing social media, talking on social media. I feel like I rarely ever come across people who have been or still are financially and materially secure and safe, but emotionally unstable, that the foundation isn't very strong. It's an interesting, complex background, and one that I'm trying to work through with my guilt and shame. I feel like I carry a lot of guilt and shame with just being brought up this way, and even more sharing about it online, even in person. I feel like I have to be extra sensitive to those who perhaps had neither material financial safety and emotional safety, because in the past, when I had talked about my experiences, my feelings, whether it's online or in person, I've been met with the resistance, the backlash, the criticism, like, at least you have this, at least you've done that. I don't have emotional stability and material stability. Like, at least you have something. And it felt very invalidating and dismissive, kind of like, oh yeah, at least I did have this. Let me be grateful for that. And multiple things can be true and exist. Everybody is dealt with different cards. Everybody's circumstances are different. Some people are lucky to have both material and emotional safety. Others don't have both material and emotional safety. Others have the material safety but not the emotional safety. And others have the emotional safety but not the material safety. Whatever your experience is, wherever you fall into that, your experiences and your feelings from your experiences are valid. Emotional neglect and abuse is everywhere, regardless of your income, regardless of your social class. I just felt like I always had to be sensitive of those who had less than me, and every time that I talk about something that excites me, or what I'm doing, even when I have no job, I feel like I always have to acknowledge and make a little disclaimer of all the privileges that I have. But we all have different privileges. If you're watching this video, you got access to the internet. That's a privilege. I just felt like I had to be more sensitive and always acknowledge all of these things, even when it felt off topic, because of past backlash and criticism that I have received. And those attitudes I received, I've also even held towards others who seemed to have more, even people who had materially more but still emotionally were right. I'm like, well, at least you have a mansion, at least. And it doesn't work like that. I learned that from others. I learned that in my house, my family. I don't carry that attitude anymore. We are all dealt with different cards, different circumstances in this life. Just because or just because you may have more than somebody else, it doesn't invalidate your experiences and your feelings at all. Just because you didn't struggle and suffer as much as somebody else may have, it doesn't make your experiences and your feelings any less valid. It might make you not relatable to them, but it doesn't mean you're not credible or you're not qualified to speak on certain things or to even just share your story and feelings out there. It doesn't mean that you're out of touch with reality. It doesn't mean you don't know what the real world is like. Everybody's reality is different. My reality is not your reality. It's not my brother's reality. It's not my friend's reality. So don't shrink yourself. Don't invalidate yourself. Don't punish yourself. I'm not here to be relatable. I'm not gonna apologize anymore. Yeah, I'm done apologizing. I'm not going to keep acknowledging that every chance I have, every time I feel like I should. I'm not here to be relatable. I'm here to share my stories, my experiences, and if you resonate, you resonate. If you don't, you don't. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And this is something that I'm learning as I am expanding and embodying abundance, possibilities, limitlessness, especially on a positive and what's the best that could happen attitude. You cannot be sorry for what you have. You cannot keep apologizing so that you can meet others at their level wherever they are. If you look at your favorite lifestyle influencers or content creators, anyone you deeply admire, look up to, a role model, strive to be like, strive to live like, rarely do they ever apologize for what they have. They just keep expanding and growing and multiplying. And the apologizing really just comes from that root of shame and guilt and wherever that originates from. Like I said, here on my channel, I share my stories and I'm documenting my journey of growing, expanding, and I'm just not gonna keep apologizing anymore. If you don't find me relatable, okay, get off my channel. It is a very complex dynamic when you have been materially, financially provided for and safe, but emotionally there's no connection, there's no safety, it feels empty, it feels cold, it's very isolating. Some things just cannot be bought. Money, things, materials, they come and they go, but parental, familial love is something that you can't buy or easily replace. And money does not always fill that hole. I thought so. I thought, oh, if I make money, I'll feel good. No. And this isn't to say money isn't important. I love money, but I've been learning to emotionally regulate and hold myself in healthy ways, not manifesting in avoidant and anxious and disorganized and in healthy ways, healthy and safe. I feel like I rarely ever see anybody, at least online, sharing these kinds of things, and it's actually very normal. People that I know in real life who are not on social media or don't post on social media, they in the same boat too. Materially safe, but emotionally not. And I just wanted to make this to let you know, if you need a space, come gather here. But also, you are not alone, and your experiences and your feelings with what you have gone through are valid. You're valid. You don't have to apologize, and you don't have to shrink yourself so you can be relatable and digestible for everybody. And me personally, I'd love to hear more of your experiences, of your stories. And yeah, I feel like I'm rambling and saying the same thing over and over again, so I'm just gonna end it here. Like, comment, subscribe, save, share, repost. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.